Hey, Dr. Gilbert in class. I was just, I'm going to apologize up front because you'll probably hear a few buses going off as far as whenever the time's up. But I was just going to go ahead and try to break down the different parts of this that we're supposed to do. So as far as the parent and guardian and student involvement in the IEP process, so parents by the IDEA gives the parents the legal rights and responsibility to participate in the education of their child with disabilities. It's actually encouraged as far as them being in that decision-making process, making sure that they're fully aware of anything, and they have to also have consent. They have to give consent for their child to be even considered for services as far as that goes. And students do have the right as far as being able to be in there for the meetings if it's obviously if it's something that we're going to be.
Students, this is the last call for both 41 and 123.
Something that we're going to be discussing in front of the students that you wouldn't want them to hear. But when it gets older, when the students get older, as far as that goes, you are going to want them to be a part of it whenever they're going into adulthood. So, when they get into secondary education, it's encouraged that they are in that meeting, they are a part of that process, and they are helping to make the decisions that's going to help them perform the best in their long term. The referral process starts once a request has been made by the parents, school personnel, students, or others involved with the student's education. Usually that's going to be the teachers and the parents that are going to be pushing that. And so during the referral process, the school will explain why it conducts the evaluation or why it would not, describe the evaluation procedure, the assessment record, reports and stuff like that are going to be used, where the parents can go as far as understanding more of the IDEA provisions, and what other options the school has considered that they and why they rejected those before going to where their child is going to be in the referral process for to be able to receive services and have an IEP. So when conducting the initial evaluation process, it's important for them to examine all areas of the child's functioning to determine not only if the child has a disability, but also determine what the child's educational needs may be. And that'll be a full evaluation, and it's going to consist of health, visioning, hearing, social and emotional status, general intelligence, academic performance, communicative status, and motor abilities. Eligibility: to determine whether a student is eligible for services, a team determines. They meet to determine if the student has a disability, and if they do have a disability, he or she will need special education and related services. If the parents disagree, obviously they can seek outside evaluation, and obviously we would have to go into a different process from there. So the components of the IEP, which is the next part, I found a nice little anatomy of an IEP, which helps to make sure that we've got all of our parts covered. Individual education program, it's going to have their student name, date of birth, the date of the IEP, so when that is actually eligible, and the grade that they are going to be in. It consists of the IEP team, which is the IEP case manager, the general education teacher, the whoever the administrator is that would be there, or the facilitator, the parent, and the special education resource teacher. So the first thing that's going to do is it's going to go through the present level of the education performance, and that's going to describe the child's current abilities, skills, challenges, and strengths that they may have, and also discuss their social skills and behavior. Annual goals: so you're going to set those goals that they may need according to what their strengths and weaknesses may be, and you'll be able to hopefully set something up that's going to be achievable within that year. That's what you're wanting to do with the teachers and with the parents. So the progress reporting, that's going to kind of go over a lot of how the quarterly that you're going to be basically reporting and saying that they have done well and done what they're supposed to be doing, and or they're on track to achieve that goal, or if they're not going to be on track to achieve that goal. Services, so that could be according to what subject and stuff that they're going to be getting services in, reading, math, whatever it may be, ELA, any of that kind of stuff. And then the supplementary aids and services. So the IEP is going to specify the accommodations that the child will get in school, and that may be as far as like where their seating is in the classroom, what they may get to use, and stuff like that. They may be getting to use, obviously, hearing, listening devices versus having to read it if they're someone who struggles to read. And then you're going to have the parent and guardian signatures and stuff like that, as far as the signatures go, for that, saying that they've reviewed it, that the parents have reviewed it, that they are good with all services, and we've all agreed that this is what is best for that child. So the last couple of things that we're going to do is the expectations and the elements of effective ongoing communication between the teacher, school, parent, guardian, the support, development, and the achievement of the student. So in all fashions and stuff like that, we want to make sure that we are being as professional as possible and making sure that we are all on the same page as far as trying to do what we think is best for that child. So that is our entire goal, is to make sure that we are making sure that that child is going to be successful, and we are conducting that in a professional manner, and we need to make sure that everybody is trying to be on the same page and be in agreement on what is best for the child, whoever that may be. Some of the different things is, you've got a responsibility to the profession. The professional educator knows and trusts that in the profession depends upon a level of professional responsibility that may be higher than the minimal standard of the policy. So that means that we're going to make sure that we're going above and beyond for each student. The responsibility for professional competence. The professional educator is committed to the highest level of professional and ethical practice. So that's what we're talking about with our meetings. We're making sure that we're doing those services in the classroom to the best of our ability for those students. Responsibility to the students. The professional educator has a primary obligation to promote health, safety, and well-being of all students. The professional educator treats the student with dignity and respect and establishes and maintains appropriate verbal, physical, emotional, and social boundaries. We want that child to know that we are there for them. We are going to be professional about it, and we're going to make sure that we are trying to do everything that we can to help that child. That is our main goal, and we want to make sure that they feel safe around us, and obviously that we are there to support them and try to help them to achieve to the best of their ability, whatever that ability may be. And then the responsibility to the school community. A professional educator promotes appropriate relationships and effective interactions with members of the school community. So that's making sure that we are all on the same page. We are all working together for that student. So even if if I was a special ed teacher and the gen ed teacher had some kind of different recommendation, we're going to have to try to figure out, come to an agreement as far as what's going to be best for that child, and make sure that we know that that is our main goal, is to make sure that the child is getting the help that he or she needs. So anyways, I want to thank you for your time, and I apologize for the bus announcements, but that's just the way that we had to work with it today. So thank you again, and have a great day.